Ooh. Alright, we're getting to the point where I have renamed a lot of different Lakos and just below the waist clothing options. We've taken out a lot. One that hasn't been addressed, and something that actually also applies to the upper half that I'm also wearing, is sweats. And that can be sweat Lakos, and that can be sweat shirts, that can be a sweater. I kind of want to change all of those. Well, I guess maybe not sweater, that's kind of different than most sweats. But I wanted to adjust all of those because it's been kind of clunky trying to link that into the new verbiage of like sweat Lako. I'd rather have a better new term for that because I never really liked the term sweats for this style of clothing. We've got sweat Lakos, we got the sweat shirt, and I like this style of clothing, and they're extremely comfortable and satisfying to wear, and kind of the pinnacle of just things that you want to wear but maybe aren't the most accepted in certain scenarios or the most stylish sometimes, but I think they're great. And so the new name that I will have for sweats, just the plural part, I'm not changing sweat itself, mostly because I don't want to screw over sweat sesh because I like that word, and I don't really have beef with the type of sweat from where you exercise for more than 5 seconds, at least if you're me. But what I would like to change sweats, the plural, meaning clothing, into is comfoclose. And comfoclose is going to be the plural there. If you just want to say it's like an individual sweat, as in you're going like into sweat Lako, it would be like comfoclo Lako. And I kind of like that. Like, of course, it's going to be a little bit of a mouthful first trying to learn that, but it's fun once you get used to it. And of course, how we get to comfoclose is really that they are just comfortable clothes. And that's just an easy shortening and smooth pairing of those two words that gets you a fun new alternative that I think is more fitting than sweats. So sweats in its plural form, meaning clothes, is dad. It now is comfoclose. However, sweat as a normal word can still be said. This is just an adjustment, not a full destruction of the word sweat. And also, I think that comfoclose need to be a lot more broadly accepted in more scenarios. Like if it's a super formal thing, sure, maybe you can pass on them. But I think lower half, you should be allowed to have comfoclose way more frequently. I want the comfort. I'm sick of being strangled by like Prizance or something else where it's really tight downstairs, and I want to just be comfortable with my lower half. And then I feel like shirts are typically pretty comfortable across the board, so I'll wear a nicer shirt if I need to, but just let me wear some Comfoco Lakos, please. Jeez. Now let's move on to our song and video of the day. Song of the day is Sweater Weather, and I wanted to pick something that was somewhat sweat related, and I hadn't picked a song by The Neighborhood yet, so I did this one, and they've got a lot of great songs actually. This is definitely their most popular and one that you're probably familiar with. But if you like this song and you like this sound, I would sincerely recommend checking out more of their music. They are just an awesome, creative, appealing band that I think is just great. Then for the video of the day, we have like a nightclub clip where people are trying WWE moves, and then they've got like the classic commentator lines going over them, and it is just hilarious. And they picked out some big black women to do this with. And so some of the lines that play in with that when they're doing these moves are pretty hilarious, especially as the video goes further and further. And this is a very funny watch and not too long. And that will do it for the Daily Do. Peace out.